At the edge of a silent river, a lion stood alone. The water stretched wide and dark, barely moving under the early morning sky. His name was Juma, 7 years old, a warrior of the Savannah. His body carried scars from countless battles, each one a reminder that survival is never given, only taken. The dry season had been merciless. For months, no rain had touched the land. The grass had withered. The herds had disappeared. Even the small waterholes had turned to dust. Only the river remained. But the river was not safe. It never was. Still, Juma stepped forward. He was thirsty. Slowly, he lowered his massive head toward the surface. The reflection stared back at him, powerful, dominant, undefeated. But beneath that calm surface, something else was watching, waiting. For decades, an ancient predator had ruled these waters. A crocodile, enormous, patient, and deadly. It had survived by doing one thing perfectly, waiting for the perfect moment. And today that moment had come. Juma's tongue touched the water. One sip. That's all it took. The river exploded. Without warning, the crocodile launched forward, a violent surge of muscle and teeth. Its jaws opened wide, faster than instinct, faster than thought. And then, impact. The crocodile clamped onto Juma's head. The world froze. This was the end, or at least it should have been. Because when a crocodile locks its jaws, nothing escapes. But Juma didn't panic. He didn't run. Instead, he did something no one expected. He fought forward. With a violent twist of his entire body, he pushed against the riverbed with everything he had. Not away from danger, but against it. The crocodile expected fear. Instead, it found resistance. Juma drove his weight upward, dragging the massive predator inch by inch toward the shore. Sand shifted. Water splashed. And then, movement in the distance. 2 lions. Running. His brothers. They had heard him. And they came. Without hesitation. Without fear. One launched onto the crocodile's back, claws tearing into its armored hide. The other grabbed its tail, stopping the powerful thrashing that could have ended everything. Now, it was no longer a hunt. It was a war. The crocodile struggled, twisting violently, trying to return to the water, its only advantage. But the lions refused. Together, they pulled. Together, they fought. Together, they stood. With one final surge of strength, Juma broke free from the crocodile's jaws. Blood covered his face. His ear torn. His body shaking. But he was alive. And now, the balance had changed. 3 lions. 1 crocodile. On land. The predator was no longer the hunter. It was the hunted. The brothers attacked in perfect sync. Years of survival had made them one unit. Every move was instinct. Every strike had purpose. The crocodile fought back with everything it had. But it was too late. Too far from the water. Too alone. Minutes later, the struggle ended. Silence returned to the riverbank. The ancient predator lay still, defeated. The 3 lions stood over it, exhausted, wounded, but victorious. This was more than survival. This was a message. In the wild, strength matters. But loyalty changes everything. From that day on, the story spread across the land. Not just of a fight, but of 3 brothers who refused to let one fall. And in a world where survival is uncertain, that kind of bond is the rarest power of all.